Alright, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming. In the last video, we, I think, completed everything we needed for our hourly employee. Now, what I've decided is this. What I'm going to do in the next video, or the next two videos, depending on how long it takes, is to do the pieceworker employee. From then on, the next video or two after that will be the commission worker employee. And after that, the next video or two will be the salaried employee. Once we get all that done, I'm going to convert this into an ASP.NET application. When I do that, I'm going to do two things. At least that's the plan right now. We'll see how long and hard it is. First, I'll see if I can put everything, just have one data grid view that's going to be shared by everybody. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. And to do that, I think I'll probably use like a drop-down list so you can choose the employee type. And then have that so when you choose that employee type, it goes in and it brings all the records for that employee's table. I think that's what I'll do. Plus, I'm going to add a first name and a last name. I don't know if we need any more than that. I mean, I could put in a department number or a department name. I just think that's way too much. My hope is that once I finish that, and I don't know when that'll be, I'm hoping by as soon as possible. How's that? I'm going to go back and I'm going to change, and I'm going to create a new playlist, and it's going to be right now we've got Jeff Teaches Programming Python, Jeff Teaches Programming C#, and I think I'm going to make a Jeff Teaches Programming probably Java. And it's been probably 2 or 3 years since I've looked at any Java. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to write it all in Kotlin. So I'm going to rewrite all this stuff that I've been working on now and redo it in Kotlin. That's at least the hope, if not the plan. Finally, I grabbed everything that I had. Get rid of that. This is the program that we just did. This is everything that's in here for an hourly employee. All right. Now, why am I doing this? Well, I'm going to try to pull out bits and pieces for my pieceworker employee and for my commission employee and for my salaried employee. Of course, all these constants are going to be different, but the actions that we're going through for that calculating stuff, this shouldn't change. All right. But we'll take a look and see. So, like I said, the thought is right now that everything, and that was where I just copied it, from hourly employee is now pretty much done. So I'm going to move over to pieceworker. Okay, now remember the difference between an hourly employee and a pieceworker employee is hourly employee at hours worked, hourly rate. You did multiply one by the other, but if there was overtime, you added time and a half. Here, it's just this times this equals this, period. All right, now I think, let's look, because I copied this from earlier, none of the stuff for add, update, or delete works, but I should be able to go to pieceworker, and I should be able to come in here and put in, for example, 50, and the price per piece is 0.50, and if I click calculate, I get 25, which is correct. All right, if I do this again and I leave it blank and I calculate, okay, cannot be empty. If I put in something non-numeric, must be an integer. And so if I put in something that's too big, must be between 0 and 100. But let's make it 50 again. If we do the same kind of thing here, if I leave it blank, cannot be empty. Must be a decimal value. Must be between 0 and $1. So again, if I put in $1 here, that should now be 50. Let's make it even something else here. We'll make it 75. 74 is fine, and $1. So that all works. But there's nothing in here, add, update, or delete record yet. So the plan is to put that stuff in now. Okay. All right. So again, here's our constants. Okay. There's the calculate. There's adding that stuff like we said before, and that should all be okay. Now, load is the first place that this is going to change. All right. So let's go back to here. In fact, let's do this first of all. Let's grab that routine that we put at the bottom, that check for empty database. Let's put that in there because we're going to end up using that again. Now, the other thing I'd like to do before I put this out there for the world to see it as an ASP.NET app is to combine this stuff. You know, if I'm going to do this, it'd be kind of nice to be able, I might have to write another class or something to use all this, because I mean, this is ridiculous to be duplicating this much code. All right, so on the bottom here, at the bottom, there's the check for empty database. It's grayed out because we're not using it. It's not being called right now. All right, so in our load routine again, which was here, all we're doing is setting, you know, where we want that to be. So let's go into here and let's find the load routine. All right. Now I'm going to grab this, and it's going to give me some errors, and don't worry about it. Actually, that's load all hourly employees. So let's do this first, just like we did before. Let's copy all this. In fact, I'm going to copy everything. How's that? And it's going to give me errors. Just bear with me, and we'll get rid of those errors. Okay? All right. Well, why is it giving me errors? Because we don't have DGV hourly. This is DGV piece. So all those with hourly are going to have to be piece. That's the first thing. All right. Now, for the employees, we don't want hourly employee anymore. We want, I think it was piece worker employees, but I'm not positive. Yep. Which is going to make all these wrong. So this is going to be pieces made, and this is going to be price per piece. And again, this will be pieces made, and this will be price per piece. Now, where we did this, pieces and price. Don't worry, it's giving me errors, but we'll fix it in just a second. Okay, that was... So I think that probably, let's go back over to here. Okay. I think this is going to be pieces made. Oops. What am I doing here? First of all, I'm in the hourly. This should be pieces made. And this should be price per piece. No, okay, piece worker employees. So this is piece worker employee concrete. Maybe it's piece employee concrete. I don't know. No. So what do we call this? Piece worker employee concrete. There we go. So this is now price per piece. Okay. All right. Keep that. And now we need to add in our 3 buttons. Okay. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to move these in just a second. Actually, I'll leave them where they are, but I'm going to move down this routine to the bottom in just a second. All right. So now it's time to do our add. We've got the load done. The return's done. We do need to add a new, but we'll leave this exactly as it is. Okay. Again, if we get errors, please don't worry about it. We'll fix them all right away. There's our add. All right. So we're going to call this add new piece worker record. Don't know why that comment is there, but I'm going to get rid of it now. All right. So this will now be add a new piece worker record. If we made it this far, let's see. See if I missed anything here. Add record, add record. Look at my code here. New code. Okay. See. Copy all of it. It says there's 256 lines. This has in it same thing. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Yeah, I don't know why that's here. I think that I put that comment in there and then I took the associated code out. So let's get rid of that comment. Right here. Doesn't make any sense. All right. So that gives us 253 lines and 253 lines. Good. Okay. Let's do a file save all. All right. Now let's get back to let's close the hourly. back to our piece worker here. All right, we made it this far. There are records, so validate that both the pieces made, which must be between, I think it was 0 and 100, something like that, and the price per piece, which must be between 1 cent. You can't have anything for free here, and 99 cents. All right. So this is TXT, pieces made. Put that in a new line. Call that pieces. Okay, we'll come back and make this pieces. Whoops, it's got to be price, not pieces. I already used pieces. All right, so either the pieces made or the price per piece were invalid. All right, so that's good. So this now has to be this has got to be a new piece worker. Employee. This will be pieces, and this will be price, and this will be pieces made, and this will be price per piece. Pieces made, this has got to be an int. They're whole numbers. Int pieces. Let's see. Pieces made, they're an int, min and max. Pieces made. Pieces made. Pieces. Argument cannot convert from out int to out decimal. Oh, that's validate integer input. There we go. All right. So this is price. What does not like here? That is decimal. Price per piece. Price per piece. Out decimal. Price per piece. Get set. Price. Cannot explicitly convert type decimal to an int. I don't want that to be an int. Price per piece. Decimal input or. Probably simple. Usually when it's simple, I have the hardest time figuring it out. Validation mode, validate integer input, pieces made. Pieces, that looks good. Decimal input, price per piece. Decimal price per piece, yeah. decimal. I guess it's probably something fairly simple. Where is piece worker employees? Decimal, that's good. Doggone it. I thought this would be pretty slick to do it like this, but decimal 28. Show potential fixes. Pieces made, pieces price per piece price. Somewhere in here it's trying to convert it to an integer. That's int. That's decimal. That's decimal. Whew. Well, maybe it has to do with this. So this would be okay. We will change that. That should be load all piece worker employees. Okay. That. Thought maybe that would fix the errors, but we're still working on it. Employee equal. That looks good. Load piece worker, below piece worker employees. That looks good. Got to figure out what that error is. Let's see if we can do the update and the delete. Okay. Again, we'll have to make mucho changes in here, but that's okay. All right. Okay, that's all okay. What I'm doing is dangerous. But that said, I'm just trying to cut a little time off here. Okay. All right, I'm getting the same error that I had before. Why is it trying to convert a decimal to an int? Both decimal or should be able to mix these. That's not a problem. All right. You can see where I am. I'm at 28 minutes, so I'm going to stop here, figure that out, and come back in the next video. Thanks.